Fallout 76 is a game with multiple currencies, and an established endgame grind for those currencies, which includes gold bullion, scrip, atoms, and caps. Well, Bethesda has introduced a whole other grind and a currency to go along with it in the form of its very first season. Introduced with Update 20 on June 30th, Season 1 takes the Fallout 76 meta and progression into not new and not at all exciting territories. You'll immediately notice the legendary run on the main menu when you start up Fallout 76. Once clicked, it'll bring up a mock game board that also acts as a roadmap for progression. From here, you can click on various places on the board to see what awards are available, which we'll get into later. Progression is spread across 100 ranks, each of which requires a set amount of score, the new currency used exclusively for ranking up. Each rank you achieve adds 25 more to the required amount for the next rank. So for example, rank 2 requires 1025, rank 3 requires 1050, and so on. Seasons in Fallout 76 will reportedly last 10 weeks, and they're free for players to participate in. The keyword being participate. According to Bethesda, if you want to jump ahead on the board, you may choose to spend 150 atoms to gain individual ranks in the order they appear. This is completely optional and will be available starting 2 weeks after the season kicks off. So in this case, July 14th, 2020. Now, for those of you curious how to go about earning score, here's where the new daily and weekly challenges come into play. Each day you'll get roughly 4 to 5 challenges. These can range from straightforward objectives like eating a specific type of food or killing particular enemies, to slightly more grindy challenges like leveling up or completing public events. The same applies for weekly challenges, but they do lean in the grindier direction. These goals range from leveling multiple times, collecting mass amounts of resources, or bringing down several legendary enemies. At their worst though, these daily and weekly challenges can sometimes include playing the nuclear winter mode, the battle royale component for Fallout 76 that has barely received any updates.
You are not in the safe area of the storm. Soon you will die in a nuclear flame.
During the launch of Season 1, there was plenty of confusion regarding public events and if they rewarded score or not. Bethesda has since chimed in and clarified you can complete daily or weekly challenges that may involve completing public events to earn score, but clearing public events outside of this won't. But fear not, grinding is still absolutely on the table, because of course it is. There's a repeatable weekly challenge all season long that rewards 100 score for every 10,000 XP earned. On that note of grinding, folks have already been doing some math to see if it's even possible to reach rank 100 by just doing daily and weekly challenges for score, and to be brief, it isn't. If you're like me and have no interest in grinding daily, then chances are you'll have to spend atoms to unlock the rest of the game board and the rewards that go with it. Keep in mind, these new daily challenges for score are replacing the previous daily challenges that earned you atoms. Lifetime challenges will remain as is though. To quote Bethesda, "We haven't changed any of the lifetime challenges, and they will not be updated with each season, so you'll still be able to complete them and earn their one-time atom reward." On a more positive note, the ranking board's various rewards include caps, scrip, gold bullion, and atoms. Outside of currency awards, all the seasonal stuff you earn is account-wide, and available for different characters you may have. So let's go over the very mixed bag of rewards and things you can unlock by progressing in Season 1. First up, lunchboxes. Lunchboxes are a new consumable item that gives you a plus 25% XP boost to you and all nearby players and a random social buff. These buffs can include a plus 15% bonus damage to certain enemy types, 50% reduced hunger or thirst, and my personal favorite, enemies exploding into confetti similar to the Bloody Mess perk. This update also includes Vault-Tech supply packages. These are small bundles of crafting materials that will help give your scrap collection a little boost. Following that are fireworks. These are pretty self-explanatory and were most likely included to coincide with the 4th of July, and can be used anywhere out in the open world. Up next though is one of the things I was genuinely anticipating, the ammo converter. It unlocks at rank 5 and was pitched as allowing you to exchange your unwanted ammo for ammo that you actually need. Now on paper, this is a no-brainer, a great feature to include in a game with a plethora of ammo types. I have thousands of 38 ammo stored away and sitting in my trade post waiting to be sold. So when the ammo converter was announced, I was excited to divert my stockpile into 5.56 ammo, or even possibly plasma cores. Instead, what we got was an incredible waste of time. Right off the bat, the ammo converter menu is an absolute clusterfuck. To put it lightly, you have to navigate bizarrely named menus to even select the ammo you want to convert into points, only to then repeat that process to spend those points on the ammo you wanted all along. Worse yet, you can only convert a ridiculously small and set amount of ammo each time. If that wasn't enough, say you decided to sit down, put on a podcast, and convert the thousands of 38 ammo you have on hand. You then painstakingly navigate through the menus and divert 18 rounds at a time for 20 points each, in the hopes of eventually converting all of it. Only to discover you can't. There's a cap of 2,000 points. If navigating through multiple menus and pointless diversions wasn't bad enough, this point limit had me just asking why. The icing on this cake of misery is that the exchange rates are all over the place, but mostly lean toward being not worth it. The funny thing is, this wouldn't be such a big deal for me if the process itself wasn't insufferable to go through. If I could simply convert all my 38 ammo at once for 5.56 ammo, even if the exchange rate was awful, I'd still probably do it fairly regularly. However, there is hope yet. Bethesda has recently announced that their next major patch will include tweaks to the ammo converter that include options to buy and sell 10 times and 100 times the normal amounts of ammo. That way you can exchange larger stats more quickly, including a rework to the menus and an increased points cap to 100,000. Nevertheless, until then, it's genuinely not worth your time. The ammo converter's letdown aside, here are my thoughts on what I believe to be the most notable cosmetic items available in Fallout 76's first season. Do you enjoy sneaking around and taking out your enemies from a distance? Now you can look the part and live the post-apocalyptic American sniper wet dream with the ghillie armor paint. Notably, unlike paints you can purchase in the item shop that cover a wide range of armors, these are spread out across the Season 1 board, with the earliest being at rank 6 for the wood armor variant, and the last being at rank 82 for the Secret Service armor variant. Next up and unlocked at rank 8, we have the Atomic Onslaught Pip-Boy paint. Personally, I'm not crazy about red and gold as a color combination, but still I think the red being the most primary color looks nice on what I argue is one of the best looking Pip-Boys in the Fallout series. It's a chunky as hell wrist companion and I love it, so at least Fallout 76 has that going for it. To go along with those mean Pip-Boy colors, you can also unlock the Atomic Onslaught paint for nearly every power armor variant as you progress through Season 1. The earliest is the T45 at rank 18, progressing all the way to the T65 at rank 76. Personally, as mentioned, I didn't mind this color scheme on the Pip-Boy, but on the power armor side of things, the gold shines through a ton, and I'm just not crazy about it. Following that, we have the glow-in-the-dark stars and glow-in-the-dark stars and planets wallpaper, unlocking at rank 19 and rank 56 respectively. Personally, I haven't hung any wallpaper at my base yet because I prefer the trash tier aesthetic for my wasteland base. Still, imagine seeing a wood and metal shack in the distance late at night, ducking inside, and finding a room with a glow-in-the-dark wallpaper set. That's how you know you've reached peak post-apocalyptic interior decorating. Unlocked at rank 50, we have the Hanging Raider Cage. This is easily one of the cosmetic items that I'm most excited to try and earn, because in my opinion a wasteland home isn't complete without one. I'm telling you right now, for the next couple of 100 years, this will be the in thing in post-apocalyptic home fashion. It's also perfect if you're role-playing a raider or sided with the raiders in the Wastelanders expansion. Here's hoping we see more raider decorations and cosmetics in the future. Unlocked at rank 69, nice, we have a ceiling lamp in the form of fireflies in a jar. This is both a wasteland fashion statement and a unique way of lighting up your home. Why light candles or scrounge together enough scrap for a convenient power generator? Now you can grind for XP for weeks on end to earn this instead. Laugh at your wasteland neighbors as the rain douses their candles, while your home is lit with a beautiful combination of glow-in-the-dark wallpapers and fireflies. Next up we have the Chicken Coop. Unlocked at rank 78, this unique item also generates fertilizer for farming. If you're possibly role-playing a post-apocalyptic farmer, this unlock has you covered. Of course, both settlers and the raiders have farms at their encampments, so why not you? Get that green thumb going, collect that fresh fertilizer, and start growing some mute fruit. Arguably the most notable new cosmetic introduced in Season 1, the Captain Cosmos Power Armor skin can be unlocked at rank 88, and also rank 100 for the Dark Matter variant. I appreciate the sheer chunky factor on display here. It's just a shame it's so high up the ranking for this season since I'll most likely never reach it. That goes double for the jetpack. At rank 98, you'll unlock some additional Captain Cosmos fanfare with these alternate suit colors. Personally, I think they should be unlockable way before the power armor, as it was already available previously as an Atom Shop item. Other than that, it's okay, but it's not something I'd personally wear. Unlocked at rank 99, the fireplace secret door is just another seemingly oddly placed cosmetic. It's a neat idea, but it won't match up with my wasteland tier aesthetic, so I probably wouldn't even bother even if I had the chance. That said, I certainly love the idea of a secret door. Then there's the rank 100 prize. If you were this committed and you're already rocking the glow-in-the-dark wallpapers, Firefly ceiling lamp, and Captain Cosmos power armor, the planetarium lamp and framed Captain Cosmos game board are trophies you should display proudly in that already crazy aesthetic you call home. In closing, Fallout 76 had a hell of a rocky start. And unsurprisingly, Bethesda's first season isn't off to that great of a beginning either. Long term, I hope they decide to extend this format to be somewhere in the ballpark of 16 weeks instead of the possible 10 weeks floating around out there. I think that would at least offer enough time for folks to earn a good portion of these rewards without needing to purchase their way to completion with atoms. Hell, even just updating public events to reward store, without a daily or weekly challenges assigned to them, could go a long way. But for all your video game news, reviews, tips, and more, be sure to head on over to Destructoid.com.